Hi everyone, I'm Dick Beardsley with Dick Beardsley Fishing Guide Service and Fish House Rentals. It's time now for our weekly Visit Bemidji Area Fishing Report. Well folks, I got a rod in my right hand and I got one in my left hand. I've got these Northland Glow Shot spoons on and I've glowed them up, and I've got a minnow head on one of them and I've got two wax worms on another, and I'm fishing two holes. In Minnesota, in the wintertime, you can fish two rods. So I've got a Vexler in each hole, so I'm going to drop one down, and sometimes you just don't know what they're going to want. Sometimes they want the wax worms, sometimes they want a minnow head, other times it doesn't even matter. So we'll get this down to the bottom. We're out in about 32 feet of water here on a little bit of a small little hump that's topped out with a little bit of mud, and there's some bloodworms down there. Now it takes a little bit. These are kind of smaller spoons, so it takes a bit to get us down there. Okay, now we're getting into the zone here. Sometimes they don't hit that hard, but you see the end of that tip just start to move a little bit? That's when you want to set that hook. So sometimes, like, they'll come up, and it varies from day to day and certain times of the day. Sometimes they'll be very aggressive and they'll come up and just whack it. Other times they'll come up, you can see them on your sonar, but they just take a sniff and then they back off. So sometimes if you raise that bait up like it's swimming away, they'll come up to get it. There we go. Got one. Not a very big one, I don't think. Nope. A little one. A little perchy. It's not that bad, I guess, but we'll get, look at that, you can't see that folks, but he's spitting up a regurgitated minnow. Sometimes when you pull them up like that, or if you would keep them, throw them in a bucket, they'll regurgitate like minnows or bloodworms, whatever they might be eating. Folks, the perch and walleye bite has been a bit up and down on a lot of the area lakes, and including Lake Bemidji where I have my fish house rentals are, but it's not just here, it's kind of every place that you go, and we still are putting up with a little bit of slush, so be aware of that if you're out on area lakes. Well, last week I took a day and a half off and I went fishing. What else would I do on my day and a half off of fishing around Lake Bemidji? And I went up with a good friend of mine, Scott Hansen, to Lake of the Woods, right up there, not that far away, up on the Canadian-Minnesota border. And 2:30 in the afternoon, I caught an ice, the biggest walleye I've ever caught through the ice, a 30-incher. And folks, that thing was thick and fat, filling up with eggs. We got a quick picture of her, and she's back swimming in the lake, hoping to get even better. Needless to say, that was a huge thrill. And like they say, even a blind squirrel can find a nut once in a while. So that was a fun one. Hey folks, the weather's looking good for the next week or so. Not too cold, not a lot of snow in the forecast. Our snowmobile trails here in the Bemidji area are in great shape. Again, if you're out ice fishing, stay on those plowed roads and you won't have any problems. And please remember to practice selective harvesting. By doing so, we'll continue to have great fishing for years to come. I'm Dick Beardsley with Dick Beardsley Fishing Guide Service and Fish House Rentals. Have a safe, fun time on the ice.